Hello. Hey there, crew. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Eddie with Home Media Bliss. And for those that are following us, thank you for tuning in. And you may be wondering, hey, you guys haven't made a video in a while. What's been happening? Well, we took some time off. We've been on vacation and things were a little slow. The industry was not playing too friendly with us, but we're back in action. In fact, we're back into one of our previous jobs. So I think Justin is going to lay in some clips from the previous video that we're installing some cameras. Well, guess what? We're back again on the very same job because the client wanted more cameras. Previously, it started about 6 cameras. Then he upgraded to 8. Then from there went into 12. Now we're gonna complete the install and we're gonna go to 16 cameras. So the client's gonna end up with 16 cameras in this job. We already have the recorder that has the 16 channels. We already have the PoE switch so we can actually push out the cameras with power. And so over here, we have our office set up. So let's talk about the job, what we're doing here today. Okay, crew, so as I mentioned a minute ago, we're gonna be installing 6 cameras today back to this job in Demorest, New Jersey. It is ending October and we are super blessed with 80 degrees outside. Normally, it's already fall over here. So if you can tell, some of the leaves are falling, beautiful color on the foliage. And normally the temperatures would be 50s, almost into the 40s, introducing temperatures for the winter. But we're super lucky today that we're gonna be banging this out on 80-degree weather. Now, starting out with one of the cameras, the client actually, we're outside of his front yard. And what he's requesting, he actually wants to see cars coming in and out, get some license plates and stuff. There's some talented people out there that they like to take things that they don't own. So today, we're actually gonna be installing an Arlington garden post right over here. And then we're gonna add another camera. And the camera's actually gonna be facing this way. So the client can get the license plate of the whatever car is stopping by, deliveries, contractors, people that are visiting. And then in the state of New Jersey, you get license plates front and back. So it doesn't matter which way the car's gonna go, the client's gonna get the license plate. Now let's move on to the next thing we're doing. Okay, gang, in this corner, we're gonna be actually adding a garden post 18-inch extension to the already existing 27-inch. Now in the previous video, if Justin drops a clip here, don't know if he'll drop it, you notice that I did speak about that we were gonna temporarily install this garden post temporarily here so the client has a view of the front yard and people going in through the gate on the side of the house. So we installed it here. So all we're doing is we're gonna install this 18-inch extension garden post to the already existing 27-inch garden post in here, and we're just gonna raise it a little bit, giving the client a better view. Now, because this is a white camera, I never really liked it the way it ended up looking, so I kinda had OCD on that one, but this time we're back, and we knew we were gonna come back, so now we're gonna swap out the white camera for a black camera, and it'll sit here a little better, and it'll disappear. So then when people come in or spectators or anything like that swing by, the client will be able to see them, and then they'll pretty much not notice the camera that's in here. Then we're gonna take this existing already programmed camera, we're gonna rename it and relocate it towards the back of the house underneath the overhang so the client can actually see the backyard. He's got full frontal view of this house, but he doesn't have the rear, the backyard. And we're gonna talk about why he decided this time that he wants to see a backyard. All right, crew, in the backyard, if you can tell over here, it's already being prepped for the winter. The pool has this cover on top. He has to drain it halfway, so of course the bottom doesn't crack. And then back here, we're gonna be installing, Justin, if you can get a shot of that, we're gonna be installing 2 cameras back here at the top of the overhang on the roof right there where you see the spotlights that we installed before. We're actually gonna put a camera right over there. And that camera is going to point this section of the backyard. He wants to see the back retaining wall with all the gardening, and then he wants to see this fencing line over here. He wants to keep an eye on that. On the opposite side of the backyard, we're gonna be installing another camera right over here in this overhang corner next to those spotlights. Now, if you notice over here, Justin, if you get a shot of that, you're gonna see on that vent out pipe that's on there, we already have a camera already there. Now, this camera that's right over here is pointing to this gate, and then it's actually tracking motion of the gate itself. So whenever there's a change on the frame, the customer already has an alert that somebody or something changed in this area. Okay, so we're gonna add another camera. Actually, if I wanna mention something else, Justin, take a look at that. If you notice, we installed a floodlight over there with a motion sensor as well. Now these cameras at night, when there's 0 light, the cameras actually see black and white. But if there's any lighting, the camera will be in color. So if there's any motion, not only will the camera catch it, but the motion sensor of that light will catch it, turn on, just blast this area with lighting on there. The camera will record it in color, and not only that, somebody coming over there be like, oh crap, and And then the client will get a notification right away. Okay, crew, so the camera that we're gonna install in this corner, as I mentioned a minute ago, that's gonna oversee this portion of the backyard. So Justin, if you wanna get a shot of that, the client will see the trampoline area, the soccer area, the back retaining wall, the white fencing to the neighbor over there, and just this whole great lawn over here that he's gonna be able to see some of the pool. Okay, crew, in addition to those 2 cameras that we're gonna install on the upper hang areas of the back of the house, the client wanted 2 more cameras. Now those cameras, he's very concerned about this back wall over here. And if you take a look, we have windows, we have sliding doors, we have entry doors. We also have, very important, you also have entry windows towards the basement. I don't know if you want to take a peek at that, Justin. Take a look so people can see what's going on over here. So if you notice, that's an actual window, but it's also considered a fire escape from the basement. But it's also a penetrating point into the house. So what does the client want? He wants a camera right over there. I don't know if you can see it. There's an existing camera that's on there. We're gonna talk about why the client wants to take those cameras down. But he wants 1 camera right there. So we gotta install a camera there, somehow figure out how we're gonna get a wire there, which we will anyways, and point a camera right here. So when the client taps on that camera, he's gonna see this door, those windows, the entry point to the basement, and he's also gonna see his outdoor kitchen as well. Now he was concerned about this umbrella here, that when he opens it up, it might be a blind spot. He might forget to close the umbrella. This is a patio umbrella that he opens up in the in the summer. So he was concerned that if he opens it up, it might create a blind spot. But then he figured out that the camera that we're gonna install in that corner will give him that view again. Okay, and finally another camera would be installed right over here, replacing his existing cameras. That's gonna be pinpointing this section of the backyard, the sliding doors, the windows, and not only that, the entertainment sitting area where he hosts people, and also the pool and the jacuzzi, which, if you can tell, it's already been prepped up for the winter. Now, let's go back to the Home Media Bliss office. Let's go to our headquarters, and we're gonna show you some of this equipment. All right, crew, in the previous video, Justin will put a clip here. I don't know, he'll put it somewhere here. You saw us that we installed this garden post on the outside towards the driveway so the client can see cars coming in and out. But I never liked it the way it came out, so we're gonna replace this today with the white one, and we're gonna put the white camera right on it, and then we're gonna take this existing black Arlington garden post, and we're gonna put it in the front. All right, so let me show you how that works. All right, cool, we're back in our headquarters on our temporary office, and if you can see, it is the fall. We got some of these leaves that are falling out, and then that's when the trees, they start looking a little beautiful. Now let's talk about this equipment that we're gonna be working in today. Oh, by the way, let me reintroduce Gus. He's back in action with us. So Gus is gonna be taking some tools, he's gonna be digging, he's gonna be burying some cable, installing some of these cameras. And then Justin, of course, he either will film or I'll film and he'll get his hands dirty. It doesn't matter, this is how we work. Now, let's talk about some of the equipment that we're gonna be using. We already did talk about the garden post 18-inch extension that we're gonna use on the existing cameras that are on here. And we also did talk about, we're gonna be using a white camera on a white garden post. So this is the white garden post. So if you can see it, it already has the 18-inch already installed. Comes in 27 inches and then another 18 inches, but you actually lose about 2 inches once you make the coupling connection in here, that's fine. So it'll look something like this. This is actually meant for lighting, believe it or not. It's not meant for cameras, but so what? We're gonna use it for that. We're gonna install the camera right in here, make our connection on the inside and install the camera just like that, and it'll look nice and pretty. Now, the Arlington garden post, we're not being sponsored by them, okay? Nobody's paying us for this. We just like this product. Okay, it comes with some accessories in the box. One of them is actually this little punch knockout plate that goes in here. Now you can install it in here and then tap it onto that. I don't know if you want to get a little close-up shot on this, Justin. And then once it's installed in here, you can actually strap your Romex or your outdoor power cable. And when you're gonna do lighting in there, strap it onto that, and then it actually becomes the box. So you don't need an actual box in here because this becomes a box. So I don't know if you're gonna take a look at that. See, that's nice and sealed. You can put an electrical outlet over here, another electrical outlet in the back. Or if you were gonna do that, you can also have a low voltage a plate adapter that goes in here. And now you can create a low voltage on this side, like data or a camera that we're gonna be installing. And then in here you can put an outlet, or it also comes with some additional accessories. We got a little waterproof gasket on here with the cover plate, which we're gonna use today. That's what the back is gonna look like. And then in the front, we're gonna install our LV low voltage bracket adapter that's on here. And then once we install the camera, we get our wire there, we're gonna put our gasket on here. And then the camera is gonna go in there like that. So for those that are about to jump into the comments, they're like, oh, you're not supposed to do it all. It's like, listen, yes, we can, all right? Not only that, what I also wanted to mention is that these cameras, they come, whenever you install a camera outside, ideally what they want you to use this little pack that comes with it, which it comes with like a little O-ring and an adapter seal with this little twist on caps. So you make your connection in here and then you seal it. But by the time you're doing that, you got all this wire in here that you got to coil up and somehow hide it. But when we're done, we don't need any of that, okay? Because we're gonna have our connection inside the garden post with a gasket already sealed on it. And for extra protection, what we like to do to our connections outside, we like to put a little bit of dielectric grease on the connection, which is an anti-water repellent, and then it'll just protect our connection till the end of time, until the camera stops working. All right, so what's next? Look, so we got our tools, we got our boxes of wire, we got our laptops in here for programming, we got the extra cameras that are gonna go around, we got our picket axe over here. Not a picket, sorry, not a picket axe. And I think we're ready to go to work, so let's go. Okay, crew, here's a little bit of progress. I got team member Gus right over here. He is putting the final touches, extending the garden post on there with the 18-inch extension pole on there. Check that out, he already dug it out a little bit. Put the garden post on top of the extension. Took out the existing camera that's right over here, the white one that we're gonna move back into the house. And we got a new camera right over here. He's gonna install that camera, black on black, right over here. So it matches nice and pretty. And we're gonna program that. Take this existing camera, which is right now programmed as the front lawn. Oh, there's team member Justin coming in over there. We're gonna take that existing camera that's programmed as front lawn, and we're gonna take that and install it, let's see, right over there on top of that, actually not, right underneath that overhang by the roof. And then we'll program that as backyard. All right, crew, we are following up over here. Team member Justin over here, and he is changing that existing black garden post that we had existing before with a white camera. And he's ahead of the game. He already has set up a camera right over here. Check it out, check it out. Top-notch Hollywood equipment production. We got that cell phone right in there running on a time lapse, and Justin has installed successfully that white garden post with the extension on there. That white camera, existing camera programmed for the driveway. This is how the client sees cars coming in and out, whether it's his personal vehicles or deliveries or contractors coming in and out. And then check that out right there. There's our cable. He's got the garden post installed on there, and then he's gonna seal that up. And check that out, look, always work smart. He's working super intelligent. He's got some knee pads, adapters right in here, so he can put that on the floor and, you know, save his knees. And there it is. We got the garden post in there. He's gonna install that white camera right there. Let's not forget the sealing gaskets that we're gonna use so the water stays inside. So therefore our connection is protected for the camera. Alrighty then, so here it is. Here's our connection, and Justin is gonna protect that right in there. Okay, let's follow team member Gus and see how he's doing so far. Check it out, check it out. He is successful with the garden post installation. Oh, that's much, much better. Check that out. Super much, much better. It's black, it's higher up. The camera's black, it gets lost. And let's see the view of the camera. That right there, folks, it's the view of the camera right here. So let me go ahead right behind it. So that's what the camera's looking at. It's looking at all this right over here. Cars swinging around, people going to the front door, and not only that, going to the gate right here. All right, I think Gus did a successful installation right here. Love it, love it, love it. Now what we have left to do is dig out a trench right over here. Okay, we're gonna dig a trench right over here and get all the way over here. Let's see, all the way here. Look at all these leaves. Check out the beautiful colors on the trees. And we gotta come all the way over here to this wire that we installed right here and install the garden post right in here. Oh, there's team member Justin. He is, I have no idea what he's doing. He went to the truck and get something. The truck is right here. Check that out. Look at that beautiful view. Look at all the leaves falling down. Here's our truck. Getting ready for the winter, not a problem. And let's get that camera installed right in there. Let's go. Okay, crew, as we continue installing these camera job over here in Demarest, I had to actually move the truck a little bit out of the road. Some cars kept coming in and out, and then if you notice, I also tied the door so it doesn't swing out. And then we got a great parking spot right over here, and if we follow up over here, here's our garden post that I just finished installing. We got team member Justin over there. He's taking some of the bulk wiring that we're gonna run in the attic, and check this out. I already dug out the garden post, nice and level on there, and here's the roll of outdoor Cat 6 wire burial that we are running to the indoor of the house. So the idea is that it's still tied into the bundle here on our Racketeer's rack mount, and then the guys are going over there. Those are the wires that Justin is carrying so we can install on the inside. We're gonna jump into the attic and run those wires. So let me show you what the plan is. Okay, crew, here's an update. Justin is getting ready to go up into the attic and run those wires. I'm gonna join him shortly. Here is team member Gus. He's setting up the 28-foot fiberglass ladder onto the house. If you notice, we are being super careful. Let me go ahead and zoom in at the top of that ladder. And if we notice, we put those little pads so we don't damage the house, of course. And then the idea is that Gus is gonna get up there and pull the wire underneath the rain drain here, and it's black, the wire is black. We're gonna hide it right behind it, and we're gonna drill in into the overhang right here. Justin will be on the inside of the attic. He'll catch the wire. Gus will give him like a glow rod pull stick. See it in his hand right there. And then he's gonna shove that in through the hole that he's gonna drill in there. Justin's gonna catch it on the inside, and Gus will pull out the wire, or pull in the wire in this case. And then we're gonna bury all that wire right over here under the ground. We're gonna dig it out and bury it. And Gus is getting up there, I'm sorry. And let me go ahead and join Justin inside of the house. All right, crew, we find ourselves inside of the house, particularly inside the attic. I don't think, do we have footage on that previous video inside? No, right, Justin? No, I don't think so. He does the editing. I do all the talking. Now we're, again, like I said, we're inside the attic, and we wanted to show you a little bit behind the scenes of how we're gonna get this done. Over here, Justin, it's going to actually crawl in there. And I already set up a light so we can see the corner that we're gonna be working in, or should I say Justin's gonna be working in, to pull that line, communicating with Gus on the outside. So he's gonna crawl all the way in there. I'll probably hold the camera so you can see how that's done. So Gus can bring in the black underground, the black burial Cat 6 wire that's gonna be at the front of the house, way over there by the entry, so the client can see cars going in and out, deliveries, contractors, landscapers, whatever that is. And then Justin is gonna run a whole new line right around here at the same time that Gus is feeding that new line, because then when you're gonna install the camera that's gonna go underneath the overhang of the rooftop ceiling line that's over there. And let me show you how we're making this equipment work from up here, even though the main rack and the recorder is all the way down in the basement. And let me show you how that works. Okay, crew, check this out. So this is the corner that we decided to add a network switch, particularly a PoE switch, meaning that we're gonna do power over Ethernet. And then we have a 2-outlet surge protected watt box in here that's connected to the internet. And then we have all the existing cameras that are connected directly on the switch. Now, as the job was progressing, we started with a 4. Then the client wanted more cameras, so then we pulled out the 4 and we added an 8. And then as the job kept on growing, we pulled out the 8 and we added a 16. Okay, so that's how some switches they work. They start at 4, then they go to 8, then they go to, some of them are 12, some of them are 16, 24, 48, they just keep on going. Okay, so we replaced the previous switch that we done in here, and then we put in a 16-port Intellinet PoE network switch. Now, in here, in the port number 16, that's our main feed. This is the internet. This is how we're talking to the rack that's in the basement, okay? Then we have this tiny little thin cable. I don't know if you can see that, Justin, if you want to zoom that in there. So we have this tiny little thin Cat 6 cable talking to our Wattbox 2 outlet on here. This Wattbox actually is a smart outlet. And what it's doing, it's actually keeping track of the internet. It's pinging Google, and it's also pinging the recorder. So the second that outlet cannot ping, it has a failure ping to the recorder or Google, it's gonna think that the internet went out. It's gonna automatically think that the recorder's out or something. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna assume something is wrong. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna auto reboot this outlet. So by auto rebooting this outlet here, it's going to reboot the switch, and all cameras that are connected in here, they're all gonna reboot in one shot. And then at that point, it's gonna send us a notification and say, hey, this is down. And then after 5 times recovery, then if the internet is still out, then we'll assume that the internet is out. So what it actually does, it does 5 tries on 15-minute intervals. So inside those 5 tries, I'm sorry, 15 minutes or is it 5 minutes? It all depends on how you program it. You can set 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Then after the fifth failure, then it's just gonna think that the internet is down and it's just gonna give up and stop rebooting. So what Justin is gonna do, he set up a box right here of the cable on there. He's gonna run all the way through there to get to that corner, hand that cable over to Gus, and then once Gus has that cable, Gus is gonna make a head on it and install that white camera that we removed from the black garden post. And then Justin then is gonna rewind and pull back that black cable that goes all the way to the front of the house for that camera that's gonna be overlooking on the driveway, and then he's gonna connect that in here. All the other cameras that we're gonna be installing on top of the house, they're all gonna come in here. Once they plug in there, we're gonna do a network scan, and then we're gonna find the IP of that camera, or the MAC address, it doesn't matter. We're gonna find those cameras, and then we're gonna update them, do the latest firmware operating system on them, and then assign them so they can look at the recorder. Even though they're not connected directly into the recorder, we can tell it to look for the recorder right through the network. Alrighty, so I think I'm done yapping. Let's get to work, right? Let's get it done. Alrighty, there's team member Justin. He is pulling that wire right through there, and he also has coal miner's headlight on, strapped up to his forehead so he can see a little better. Even though I kind of set up a LED floodlight here for him to work light on there so he could see really better. But in reality, it's not doing him much justice because he's got to go in that corner, which is kind of dark in there. And let me see if I can hop over here on all these conduits. And let me see it over here. Here we go. All right, there he goes, right there. He's pulling that line. Let's see. Okay, there's that line. Okay, so we're actually running it along the previous line that we had. Okay, and then of course, again guys, it doesn't really have to be too pretty. These are areas that the client doesn't walk, they don't do any storage. This is areas that we run them anticipating that it'll be clear from this area. See all this is boarded all up? All this section right here of the attic is boarded up so the client or the homeowner can do some storing and put some boxes up here, put away stuff for Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas, you know, put all that stuff away. So what we do, we kind of like really crawl around and try to hide cables away with the existing of the house, or we just kind of run new ones. So if you can see there's existing power lines to the house, and then there's Justin pulling on that line. It's still connected to the box because we don't know how long we need it to be. So from there, he is pulling and he's gonna go through that corner. All right, so hopefully I'll be able to crawl in there with him. Maybe I'll just move that light for him over there so he can see better. All right, crew member Justin, it's right here, crawling in carefully. He's holding onto joists and stepping on studs and making sure that we don't mistakenly step through the sheetrock. And then I had that little light right over here, so I ran the extension cord so then Justin can see right there. There's the light, even though he's got a coal miner's hat, light on, strapped that onto his head. So let me go ahead, and I actually have to be super careful. Here we go. See, these are my feet. I'm stepping on studs. Okay, and I'm actually gonna do a little military crawl so I can get right over here and get a view for you guys. All right, let's see. All right, sorry about that. Here we go. Here's Justin. All right, so we're gonna crawl in here, and yeah, guys, just in case you didn't know, it's 80 degrees outside. So what does that mean on the inside? 100 degrees. Nice and easy. That's okay. We knew what we signed up for. And all right, so let's see. There's Justin. He's scrolling in. There's that line right there that he's gonna feed Gus. I believe Gus, it's right there on that corner from the outside. And I think he's got a glow rod that he shoved through. And let's take a look. And I wish I could be in there, guys, so I could give you a better view. But now we're just gonna look at Justin's rear with the booties on his pocket right over here, because we put booties on when we go in this house. And then he's got a pair of Crocs cutters right there in his other pocket. And let's see if he's got something, I don't know. All right, let's see. Alrighty, crew, this is what it looks like from the outside. Justin and I were in that corner inside the attic. And I hear that Gus and Justin successfully got that wire on the inside. So now what I started to do, I started to go ahead and bury that line right around here. All right, so I am digging the trenches and I am burying that cable. However, Justin just gave me a call that he needs me inside to give him some termination heads, a crimper, and a tester so we can start terminating that wire. And then I'll continue burying this cable around here so you can see through there behind the pool machinery. So we dug all that trench right around here. As you can see, it continues right around here behind the pool machinery. And then we're gonna cover this wire all over again by placing the dirt back. And then it goes right around here, the fencing. And this is the exit of the fence from the backyard to the front of the yard. And you see this is our wire. We ran into a tubing that we ran over here in case people don't ran it over. It goes right behind over here. And then goes out over here through the camera that we ran all the way across over there. And if you can see our spool, let me go ahead and zoom. Goes all the way over there. And let me go ahead and go inside and give Justin the tools that he wants while Gus finishes up over there. Okay, crew, back inside. There's Justin coming out of that corner, and he's gonna make his way right around here. And I'm dumping him some Ethernet heads, a crimper, and a tester that we're gonna run outside and test the wire, make sure it passes all the pairs, and see how long the cable's gonna be outside. All right, there he is, he's coming over. This is where he's gonna be working at. Okay, right here in the system. Here we go, here you go. There you go, ta-da-da. Okay, he's got it, he's got the cut, up, crimper. There it is. Okay, so now he's gonna terminate the cables there, live it up. So now he's got there's the black one, the new one that it's from the outside of that roll. The box right there has the blue one that Justin ran to that new camera, and then he's gonna cut them both, terminate them, and put it on that switch. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go back downstairs and help Gus bury that wire. Alrighty then, before I head out there, let's take a look at Justin stripping out that wire. So here is, this is actually a burial outdoor cable for data, and it comes with a gel on the inside. And there it is, he's stripping it. And then of course now, because it's a little slippery, he's drying it a little bit, and then he's gonna put the head on that. Once he puts the head on that, he's gonna connect it on that switch, and we'll be able to connect the camera. All right, crew, I'm up in the ladder. So as you can see, I'm all the way up. Let's see if you can see my view. Sorry, not a videographer here, but I'm up in the ladder. It's my turn to be up in the ladder. I am going to drill a hole right around here, and then I'm gonna send this rod to Justin so that he can shove me that wire for the camera that we're gonna install in here. Now take a look over here. I'm gonna flip the camera. All the way Gus is over there, and if you can make him out all the way over there, he's burying that line for that camera that's gonna be in the driveway. And a few minutes ago, you saw me burying the wire across all that pool equipment that's there. We buried it right here through the basement entry, large window, and then over here goes up through behind this rain gutter. As you can see, it penetrates through the house, very hidden. You don't see it. It's very hidden. We like it doing that way. And we got a ladder down at the bottom with some tools. Let me flip the camera. Like I said, I'm not trying to win a beauty contest. All right, so let's go ahead and make that hole for Justin. And let's see where we're gonna put the camera. We're gonna put it right around here so the client sees view to the out of the house. So here we go. Let's make our hole right on here. Check that out. As you can see. Alrighty, there's our hole. Okay, wait. Let me put my drill right over here since I'm using one hand. And now I'm gonna take this rod, shove it through here. You see over here. Okay, I should be sending this to Justin. And then I have to make some noise so he can see it. Let me go ahead and switch my camera. Okay, crew, I just finished sending that rod. There it is. I sent that all the way through. So these rods are about 6 feet each. All right, take two. Don't take that one, Justin. All right, crew, so I finished up sending that rod. There it is, through the hole that I just drilled. I sent the rod through it. These rods are about 6 feet each. So when you screw them together, now you make 12, then from there, each thereafter. So there's that rod waiting for Justin. And he should be able to find that inside, tie that cable, and then I'll take that cable and install the camera right in here. All right, and I think it's moving by itself, and I think he found it. So let me go ahead and switch the camera. So you can see that in there, he's making it dance. See how it's dancing by itself? Looks like he found it, so let's wait for him to send that cable. Okay, so it looks like that's dancing, and that's an indication that it's going in and out. So that is the way we communicate to let us know that he's ready for that. So let me see if I can go ahead. All right, did I flip it? Yes, I did. All right, let's go. Let's see. All right, Let's see if I can go ahead and take this rod out, and hopefully it'll fall. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. Check it out. I'm pulling it. Okay, there it is. Look, there's the wire right there. Okay, so it looks like Justin tied up the wire. And now, check it out, gang. Here's the wire right there. See that? All I gotta do is cut this line, terminate it, and install the camera right in here. And we're ready to go. So let's get that done. Okay, folks, coming around the backyard, we can see over here the guys are already hard at work. We got Gus over here up in the 28-foot ladder. We are running 2 brand new Cat 6 lines from the attic that is going to be connected to our PoE switch. It's going to be running down the behind the rain gutter, and then from here, what we are doing is that we are going to replace these 2 cameras over here. We'll speak about that camera in the closing argument of the video. And so there's the 2 new lines. So Gus is going to run those, bring it down. I'm going to borrow that ladder, and then I'm going to go back over there and take down that camera and install it right over here, give it to Gus. And then I also got to switch some of the lighting wiring up there, because the client wants one of the lights to be constant instead of a sensor. Alrighty, so there's Gus right there. Justin is inside terminating those cables, and looks like over here we got the cameras that are already prepped up right over here to be installed. So let's get those cameras right there. Okay, folks, a little bit of an update here. So I'm back in the backyard, and check this out. Got the guys put the 2 new cameras up there. That's a protecting blanket for the thing. We got the camera up there. There it is, left and right. We got that in there. We replaced these 2 existing UFIs. Let's see, security cameras. We replaced those. The client wanted to go with something else, and so let me go ahead and check up on the guy. And we have not had a good time. A couple of accidents that we did not get on film. Unfortunately, Justin fell right through the attic, so now we got to come back and patch up another day. So that's another day that we have to come back. So if you see all this dust on me, check it out, all this dirt, and that's because we've been cutting some sheetrock. So let's go over here in the garage. See the guys over here. So what's happening here is that we are inside of the garage. The client wanted a camera right over here at the point of entry towards the kitchen, and so he has his own existing camera, but we'll explain why we're replacing them. So we had to run wire into this empty soffit box area. See that on there? We ran all the way across. Had a little bit of a problem here. So we made a couple of cuts here. We made a cut in there and a cut right there. We got the wire down, and then here's Gus unifying the white cable that it's our run. The blue cable actually, we got lucky and cut a break. That cable actually leads back into the basement, into the rack. So we're gonna inject that directly into the MVR. Right over here, you see that's the Verizon fiber internet service. We gotta do a little bit of cleanup. We have to clean up and get out of here. Already, and I don't know if you can see my lip over here. It's a little swollen. Other than Justin falling through the attic into the wife master closet, I was drilling over here in this section, and the drill kicked back and actually hit me right in the lip over here. So I think this is probably going to get a little swollen, but that's okay. I'm happy to have a work injury. You know, have some battle scars. I'm not trying to get into a beauty contest. All right, so let's keep on going. Alrighty, folks, as you can see, it is the end of the night. We really had a hard time on this job, even on simple little things. I got to put this ladder away. Oh, and look, the guys are leaving. Let's take a look. Alrighty then, it's night. All right, there's the van. All right, give me my cable. All right, so there are the boys. The boys are going home. I gotta pack it up. All right, go ahead. We'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye. Go home. It was a long night. There it is. There's a truck. Big guy going home. Here's a baby little truck over here on the side. I gotta put this ladder away. I was mentioning, we were having a hard time, and the last camera, we got it in place, but the way we had to run the line, we ran it, and then we were tapping into an existing line that we thought it would be going down to the basement without having to dig, break the walls, or move pavers. So the line failed, so now we have to come back another day and fix that. I don't think it'll be worthy of the video. I think we're probably going to end it here. I think you guys seen enough. We got quite a few cameras, videos already on our channel, and we don't want to bore you guys with that. But for us, it's always a different adventure on every job. You know what? In fact, let's take a look. House looks like night. That's beautiful. Check this out over here. Here's the camera that we installed. Check that out. That's already working at night right now, and you can see the infrared. It's on, and that means that this camera right now, it's shooting this way on this street, and then that is our client's driveway, and you can see there's a car coming, and of course our camera is going to catch it on this garden post right here. Check that out. As the car passes, it just caught that. Very good. And this is what the house looks like at night. Very nice and pretty. Check it out, nice and bright. You see these little floodlights that's on here? We installed that. When the client got this house, he actually had no lighting, so we installed the fixtures. We installed these floodlights on the top. We also are lighting up the backyard. It's actually very, very, very pretty. I think I'm yapping enough. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna go home, and the guys are ahead of me, and apologies for not putting out a video in a while. Like I said, we took some time off. We went over on vacation. We were down in Florida riding some jet skis, having some fun out there. Wiki Wachi. We went to Spring Lake. And like, share, and subscribe. And then we'll see you on the next Home Media Bliss video.